welcome back to my small film and TV channel, and today we've got a film review, and yes, we're going over to Japan. Not a Japanese film, but it's set in Japan, and yeah, it's called Bullet Train. That's why it's set in Japan, of course, because the famous Bullet Train, of course. Never been to Japan, guys. If you have, let me know. Have you been on the Bullet Train? Probably not this one. You don't want to go on this one, that's for sure. Please, if you're new to the channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notification when these vlogs are coming out, and all thumbs up to make an old film watcher very, very happy. I'll try and inform and entertain and give you other critics' views of this and the public's view. Like, I just consider myself a member of the public. And this is one where they differ. It does happen. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of times it does, certainly these days. So we're going to have a look at Bullet Train, an action comedy thriller starring Brad Pitt. Yes, as a former... I always like a bit of Brad Pitt as a former assassin. Some other people didn't know, but we'll get onto that later. This film was produced by Antoine Fuqua and is directed by David Leitch, based on the screenplay by Zach Olkevich, that adapts a Japanese novel, yes, Marriott Beetle, published in English as Bullet Train by Kotaro Isaka. There you go. And all these scores and reviews and comments are as at the 17th of August, noon, 12 noon in the day, 17th of August here in the UK. Internet Movie Database, they like it. Joe Public said they did 7.5 out of 10. That's not bad, is it? Rotten Tomato audience, 76% positivity. 3.9 out of 5 equates to 7.8 out of 10. So again, very similar. And their consensus reads, it could have been a more entertaining ride, but if you're in the mood for a decent thriller to pass the time, Bullet Train will get you to where you want to go. Yeah, well, I don't know how could it... I'm not too sure how much more entertaining it could have been. They crammed a lot in. Metacritic, their users, what did they think? Well, they thought 6.9 out of 10, a little bit lower, but not too bad. The film, as well as Brad Pitt, also stars Joey King, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Brian Tyree Henry, Andrew Cole, Hiroyuki Sanada, Michael Shannon, Bad Bunny, and very briefly, you get to hear a voice and you get to see her physically towards the end, 5-10 minutes, something like that, Sandra Bullock. It was released in the United States and worldwide by Sony on August the 5th, 2022. Interesting budget for this, guys. I was quite impressed. Budget of $90 million approximately. I think that's pretty good for this. I had a bit of a quibble the other day about one that was just under 200 million, but certainly not bad with this one. I'm not going to criticise them for this. So what about the critics? The public like it. Say the lowest is 6.9 up to 7.8, so that's all well and good. Yeah, the critics don't like it particularly. Rotten Tomatoes, 53% of their 289 critics were positive, and an average rating of below that magical 6 out of 10 we like to see, just 5.6 out of 10. That's 154 fresh and 135 rotten, so slightly on the positive side. The consensus of the critics: Bullet Train's colourful cast and high-speed action are almost enough to keep things going after the story runs out of the track. Well, I think they were just about enough. Metacritic, the other site we look at, only 49 out of 100 dollars, based on 59 critics, and that's 20 positive, 30 mixed, and 9 negative. So again, in the positive generally. And if you look at individual critics, let's have a look. The Telegraph, he was writing for Metacritic. He gave it only 20 out of 100. Robbie Collin, that is, from the Telegraph. He said, as a motor-mouthing smartass, the 58-year-old Pitt is badly miscast. Every detail here seems tailored to Ryan Reynolds, director David Leitch's Deadpool collaborator. While the film's bulging cast and bloated running time recalls those all-star capers of the 60s, imagine it's a mad world crossed with a migraine. For the sake of all that's holy, take the bus. As an apparent retired assassin, who certainly does a lot, 58 years old, I don't think there's anything wrong with the casting, mate, to be honest with you. Yes, it's long, but I did enjoy the ride, so sod the bus. I'm not getting on that, that's for sure. Total Films, Paul Bradshaw, he gave it 60 out of 100. He said, this is ending up in a CG mess that tries to say something about karma. Well, it's just a bit of fun, not too serious. Bullet Train isn't the Pulp Fiction on rails it thinks it is. I don't think it thinks it is. It's just just of that genre. It's not trying to emulate. It's all right. There's little snippets, but I mean, so what? That's how it is. What it is, though, is a whole dollop of fun, Paul. So I do agree with you there, mate. Buoyed by Leach's expert eye for action, as well as one of the most hilarious, disposable A-list casts around, the film has Friday night written all over it. Or Saturday night for me as well, guys. Wendy I from The Observer, she was rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Not impressed at all, Wendy. I think she had a bit of a cob on when she did this. She's from The Observer. She said, Bullet Train is infuriatingly pleased with itself. And ground zero for this implosion of self-satisfaction is Pitt. A bit harsh, Wendy. Just chill. Enjoy the ride. Matt Zoller Seats from RogerEbbett.com. He didn't like it too much either. A technically and logistically ambitious movie that doesn't leave much of an emotional or intellectual footprint. Well, I wasn't expecting a thought-provoking cinema epic, Matt, so I don't know what you were expecting. War and Peace, I don't know. Johnny Aleksinski, though, is fresh. He's from New York, the New York Post. He said, Bullet Train is a fun flick, to be sure, reminiscent of director Guy Ritchie's better crime comedies. Yes, that's what it's trying to emulate. It doesn't get as high as that, but if you like that style of film, it's just certainly passable. As The Gentleman with Hugh Grant, but as the title suggests, it's louder and faster. It's just an okay to good addition. I mean, I won't say okay. I thought it was good, a good addition to the genre. Ben Travis from Empire magazine, yeah, he talks a lot of sense, Ben. He says, the action is first class, it is, and Brad Pitt and Aaron Taylor-Johnson are having a blast, they are. Sometimes when the actors are having fun, it's a bad sign they have more fun than the audience, but perhaps not so much in this case. But with all that hyperactive style and cartoonish violence, should be ready to disembark by its final destination. So a positive, but a bit of a sting in the tail. Yeah, I certainly didn't want to stay on the train, but I couldn't have done by the end anyway. But there you go. But yeah, so positive, but a little bit of a negative. But yeah, it is what it is. As I say, it won't live long in the memory, but it was good fun while it lasted. So my thoughts, just to sum up, guys, we've seen similar and definitely done better than this. Of course we have, but this was quirky enough. And yes, I will use the word fun. And I want to be entertained, and it was a fun, entertaining watch. Not sure why the harshness of the critics. I'm not sure what they were expecting from this. I mean, yeah, they're going to start comparing it to the Pulp Fictions of this world. Yes, it will struggle, but it does certainly. In this genre, this is one of the best I've seen for a little while, and the funnest I've seen for a little while. And Brad Pitt, yeah, that guy commented, the critic before, age 58. Well, he doesn't look it, does he? And as you expect, he leads this superbly and is ably assisted by a great cast. Despite the lack of sets, which there is, it's mainly set on the Bullet Train, of course. They make the most of what they have, with some fun and impressive CGI and good stunt fights. I'm not a big action fan, as you know. I like a good story, but I was sort of impressed. I enjoyed it, and they weren't dragged out too long either. The scenes, they were sort of quickly run through, and I like that. I don't want a fight scene to go on for 10 minutes, which you can get in some of these things. And although they were very daft and silly, they were all good fun. This is a light watch. Congratulations to them, of course, for keeping this budget on 100 million. I think that's a tremendous accomplishment, and supplying and entertaining 120 minutes or so, which is what I thought it was. I mean, for me, you know me and length of films, I'm usually saying knock half an hour off, not 40 minutes off. But with this one, it sort of flew by. I enjoyed it. And very few 2-hour-plus films ever do these days, whether it's a Marvel epic or a DC epic or whatever it is. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, guys. Very good film. Just simple fun. As I said, would I go back and watch it? Yeah, I probably would, actually. I'll probably watch it again at some stage. If someone wanted to watch it, I would certainly watch it with them. Yeah, good, simple fun. And that's all I expected. I don't know what I say. I don't know what other people did expect from it. Certainly some of the critics who've been very harsh on this. I don't know what they expected from this film. It was just what it said on the tin for me. It was exactly what I expected. And yeah, some little homages to other films and some little copies of other films, but also what? As long as it's entertaining. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, guys, please. Until we meet again. Stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.